The crucifixion and death of Jesus was a huge shock for all his disciples and apostles. They were filled with fear, confused, and do not know what's happening to them. They were hiding in a room. They had no courage to come out. Jesus, on the other hand, after his resurrection, he did not go up to heaven to be with his Father immediately. He went and visited his disciples and apostles. He showed himself to Mary Magdalene, few other women, 2 disciples who were on the way to Emmaus, and he appeared to his disciples many times. St. Paul, in his letter to Corinthians, first letter to Corinthians, chapter 15, verse 6, St. Paul says that Jesus was seen by a huge number at the same time, 500 people. So Jesus appeared so many times to so many people. He was here on this earth itself after his resurrection for 40 days. He wanted his disciples to be sure that he is truly risen. He wanted to remove fear from their hearts, confusion from their minds, and he wants his disciples to believe that he is truly risen. Once the disciples have believed that he is truly risen, then the second step follows. Jesus tells the disciples, now you go into the whole world and proclaim the good news. Once we need to believe strongly about Jesus, and then we need to be witnesses to others, tell others. There's an interesting story told of Jesus. After his ascension, he went up to heaven. All the angels came around him to see Jesus and to ask Jesus what it was to be in the world, to be a human being. And Jesus was explaining, and it seems one of the angels asked, you have done perfectly the plan that was given by God the Father. You went around villages, cities, and towns, preaching and teaching and taking God's love to every person. Now you are here. What's going to happen to the plan that you began 3 years ago? Then Jesus showed, I have my 11 apostles. I believe in them. They will continue my mission. And the angel asked, do you really think that those 11 people will carry out the huge mission that you have started? They are cowards. They ran away. They are not highly educated and skilled. And that too, that small band of apostles, 11 apostles. Do you really believe that they will take the good news to the ends of the earth? Or do you have a backup plan? Do you have a second plan? Jesus said, no, I have no backup plan. I have no second plan. I trust my disciples. I will be with them. They will continue my mission. Oh, true, dear brothers and sisters, Jesus trusted his apostles, gave them this huge mission of taking his good news to the ends of the world. And the apostles took it seriously. We heard in today's first reading. Peter was afraid to confess Jesus before a slave girl. When Jesus was handed down to the Pharisees, a slave girl asked him, do you, one of the disciples of Jesus? Peter says, no, I do not know that man. But in today's gospel, today's first reading, Peter and John, standing in front of the Sanhedrin, the same people who crucified Jesus. Peter confidently, strongly, he said, whom should we follow, you or God? As for us, we follow God. We obey God. And he says, it is impossible for us not to speak about what we have seen and heard. Peter was a completely transformed person once he met the risen Christ. Dear brothers and sisters, we are all in the same situation. When we are in fear, when we are in confusion, as the whole world is in now, the pandemic. We are fearful, we are confused, we do not know what future looks like. But let's believe Jesus has not left us alone. He is with us. He is with us, and He wants us to carry the same message to others. First, let's believe that Jesus is with us. Especially when we are in difficult situation, Jesus will not leave us and run away. He said, I am the good shepherd. When the sheep is in danger, shepherd will not leave the sheep and run away. Let's believe that Jesus is with us. And let's take the same hope to people who are hopeless, people who are in fear, that Jesus is with us. Soon we will have joyful days coming ahead of us. And let's also pray that Jesus be with us and be with everyone who is in fear, confusion, and doubt, that we all one day come to believe that Jesus is our shepherd. He has not left us alone.